Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart, and welcome to a well-deserved look into a classic series, the legendary manga Berserk, created by Kentaro Miura in 1989. Rest in peace, Miura-sensei. In honor of Berserk restarting in the manga, I think it's high time we finally take a look into a much-coveted alignment episode concerning two of the biggest and most complex characters in history, Guts the Black Swordsman and Griffith the White Hawk. As opposed to looking through the manga, we'll be looking through the 1990 series through the Golden Age arc specifically. As the actual anime and manga continue, we will look at different story arcs throughout that time. As you can see, this is what D&D alignment is Guts. Next time, we will do what D&D alignment is Guts the Black Swordsman. That way, we have a little bit of everything. And I will remind people that if you are unaware of this series is really, really good. It's been going on since the 80s, and I would consider it one of those high art shows. Not just for the gorgeous manga paneling and artwork, but it is genuinely an amazing, heart-wrenching story. The character is great, and I've been teasing this one out in my Twitter since the Kefka video, even. So be sure to show your support by commenting and liking the video. God, call to actions are cringe, but you know what? Let's do it. This has been a series that I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time, and I'm looking forward to part 2 and probably part 3 when we get to it. So subscribe, ring the bell, make this pop off. That way I can justify another video. So let's start our little series off with Guts. Guts has one of the most tragic backstories ever seen in fiction. He was found under a hangman's tree and born from a corpse. Guts was then adopted into a traveling group of mercenaries. There he was raised by Gambino, and after his adopted mother died of the plague, Gambino was... You know, in my Epithet Erased video, I teased that Molly's dad was the worst dad in fiction, and that was hyperbolic. Gambino is, honest to God, one of the worst fathers in history. The anime doesn't get into all this crap, but if you've read the manga, you know how vile this man actually is. After a lifetime of service, Gambino takes an injury in war and eventually tries to kill Guts and gets stabbed himself in self-defense. Guts flees his home and his first family and travels the countryside as a mercenary, caring little about politics or who he's fighting, only wanting the next big fight. He doesn't care about who wins, who loses, who lives, or who dies. As such, Guts is a pretty easy and classic chaotic neutral. In fact, I would say he's the prototypical chaotic neutral. So with that out of the way, let's go! However, before we go, did you know that you can watch the next 3 alignment videos ahead of schedule by becoming a channel member, a patron, or a Twitch subscriber? Whichever one is most convenient for you, you can just go ahead and do that. Becoming any of these premium members gives you access to the next 3 alignment videos on your select platform and gives you a spot at the end credits of our alignment videos and gaming videos. Each membership also gives you access to another unique set of benefits. YouTube Premium gives you access to stickers and emojis not available anywhere else, and sometimes a 4th bonus alignment video. Patreon gives you access to monthly wallpapers, lore packets, and access to the uncut archive of our D&D campaigns. And Twitch gives you access to a different set of emote stickers and access to our entire streaming library. If you're especially ambitious and want to collect all 3 Infinity Stones of the Loading Crew, this gives you access to a special title in our Discord. It's mostly bragging rights, but hey, you're better than everyone else. Check any of the links in the description to gain access and help support the channel.
All right, who's gonna jerk me off?
Tasked with taking down the captured stronghold, Guts is the only person willing to battle Bazuzo, a 30-man slayer. Aw, that's adorable. They think a kill count of 30 is a big number in this series. Charging into battle, Guts overpowers his way to victory, lawful neutral.
You impressed me today. Even if it was a fluke, a fledgling like you defeating Bazuzo.
Earning his coin, Guts turns down the offer to join an army. He loses his temper when he's touched, but doesn't get too physical. Considering his history of bad touches, that's actually pretty good for him.
Bandits.
On the road, Guts is attacked by the Band of the Hawk looking for revenge and coin. He defends himself against every opponent, including Casca, but is quickly outmatched by the Commander Griffith, neutral.
Why didn't you kill me?
Because I want you to join me, Guts.
After recovering for several days, Guts is offered membership with the Hawks. Enraged at the suggestion, Guts puts a wager down to fight Griffith in exchange for his servitude. Despite several chances to yield, Guts battles until he's physically unable to continue, chaotic neutral.
And so, Now you belong to me, Guts.
Recovering again, Guts is tasked with leading a battalion into the new raid for Midland. Guts follows the orders to a T and even ensures to get as many of the Hawks back alive. This earns him a major brownie points with Griffith and the Hawks, and Guts is forced into bonding with his new friends. You know what? We'll actually give this lawful good, considering how many people he tried to save.
Stop it! We're not kids!
Oh no! Now I've done it.
Bath episode? For 3 years, Guts serves Griffith and the Hawks as captain for the Raiders. He opens up and bonds with his subordinates and puts himself in danger to save everyone. This does lead him into conflict with Casca, since he's going against the plans. Dude even loses his temper when he's accused of not caring. Let's go with chaotic good 3 times, since Guts has a history of going off on his own in order to protect the rest of the band of the Hawk.
Damn it!
Spotting smoke during an enemy raid, Guts breaks formation again to warn Griffith about the other Hawks. He is able to help save dozens of lives, and while they're unable to capture the base, Midland gains another win. Lawful good, yeah. Ooh boy, this is another good one. On another mission, Guts learns that the Raiders have been massacred by one man. As opposed to sending in anyone else or waiting for a backup, Guts goes in alone to minimize casualties. He comes face to face with his first demon of the series, Nosferatu Zod. Guts battles Zod to a standstill, only for Zod the Immortal to get serious. Guts gets rickety wrecked and only survives thanks to Griffith and a warning from Zod. Chaotic good. Oh, just put a nat 20 fight right there.
You cannot escape.
I heard that you encountered a demon on the battlefield. Perhaps in the dark you saw a dog and thought it was a monster in the heat of battle.
Securing another win, a frustrated Guts takes his aggression out on some nobles that were bad-mouthing the Hawks. He's ready to barge in and see his friends, but leaves after Casca hits him, still blaming him for what happened. Taking the hint, Guts leads the train. Chaotic neutral.
Nosferatu Zod. To think that such an enormous monster really exists.
Getting some time alone with each other, Guts and Griffith talk about the encounter with Zod. In a vulnerable moment, Guts asks his friend why Griffith saved him since he was only one man. It's a big moment that's overshadowed when he has to behave for the king, but I'll give this a quick neutral good. Recovering just in time, Guts takes down another enemy stronghold with the Hawks. Guts once again tries to ensure minimum casualties for maximum results. This earns them even more accolades and a place to help guard the nobles during a fox hunt. Lawful good.
Look out! He's running into the bush! He's getting away!
Guts is part of the protection team for the hunt, despite not wanting to do this. He does back off after Corcus points out that several Hawks have craved an honor like this. When Griffith is attacked, Guts immediately takes command, demanding answers and sending out troops to find the shooter. Lawful good.
Well, my friend, I want to ask you to kill a man for me.
Summoned by Griffith, Guts learns that the attack on his life was from within Midland, specifically the embittered Julius. Given the order to kill, Guts doesn't question the assassination mission. Lawful evil. Sneaking in at the dead of night, Guts waits for his moment to strike. In the process of killing Julius, however, Guts kills the young Adonis. It's sad, and they're not the only... Oh God, Guts. Oh, no. Lawful evil twice.
That looks like an arrow wound. What happened?
Griffith. Where is he?
Shell-shocked by the lives he's taken, Guts stumbles his way through the town to find Griffith. He's on his way over when Guts overhears Griffith say that the Hawks aren't his friends. To Griffith, a true friend would have a dream of his own, something Guts doesn't have. Jesus, this is just not Guts' day. He walks away true neutral.
For me to call a man my friend, he must be equal to me in all respects.
Taking time to process Griffith's words, Guts rides into battle. He steps in to stop the defeated Pokemon narrator and save Casca from falling to her death, only to fail as well. Lawful good.
Never again will I swim in full armor.
Wounded and with Casca suffering period pains, Guts tends to her injuries. He does explain the situation as best as possible to her when she wakes up, but is naturally roughed up when she realizes what that meant when she was stripped. Chaotic good.
Be thankful that you are just a woman, or I dislocate your jaw.
I never asked to be born a woman.
After learning about Casca and Griffith's paths, Guts overhears the enemy troop looking for them. With some medicine and leaving in the dead of night, Guts and Casca attempt to rejoin the Hawks. Guts is being a dick, but is giving some very tough love to motivate her. Tempting as it is to loyal this as chaotic neutral, I'm going to aim for chaotic good since Guts does mean well, even if he has the worst social skills known to man.
Where did this swarm of insects come from?
Discovering the enemy battalion, Guts stands his ground to buy Casca time. Knowing her chances of survival are slim, Guts takes on the 100 Men. He's able to survive the night, and badly injured Guts gains a new title, Lawful Good.
Please stop shaking me. It doesn't seem to be helping the pain.
Rescued by the Hawks, a horribly injured Guts is forced to recover. With Judah and Casca's help, Guts begins healing and opening up to the ladder. He shows he does care about every one of his troops, having learned their dreams, and is inspired. It's a beautiful Nat 20 scene as Guts solidifies his plans to one day go for his own dream and stand by side with Griffith, even if it means he won't be there with the Hawks. Neutral good.
Your wounds, they still hurt?
Not even a little. I've been meaning to thank you for that medicine that you gave me.
Healed up Guts is a pivotal aspect to Griffith winning the 100-Year War. He draws the enemy forces away from the compound and battles with the leader of the Holy Purple Rhino Knights. That's a name. With some outside help from Zod, Guts is able to live another day. Awful good. There's a lot going on in the background, so here goes. Guts is told by Griffith about an attempt on his life from Midland's court. While Guts enjoys the celebrations around, he waits to strike at a moment's notice. Even when the deed is done, Guts kills the bandits who are hoping to blackmail Griffith later. Lawful neutral. During all of this, Guts tries to enjoy the party. He is a fish out of water here, but he does help an equally uncomfortable Casca. He gives some words of encouragement and watches. Daw, these two are so cute. I'm sure nothing's bad is going to happen to them after this. Neutral good.
I left the most dangerous and difficult tasks to you alone. Do you then not resent me?
You do, of course, realize that you're talking to the man who slaughtered 100 men.
In a moment mirroring their conversation post-Zod, Guts and Griffith take a minute to assure one another that they did the right thing. Guts especially says he doesn't judge Griffith for his evil acts, as he was doing everything to obtain his dream. Neutral good.
Guts, are you leaving us? Answer me!
With Griffith's enemies defeated and his path cleared to a kingdom, Guts feels it's time to head out without telling anyone. When he is caught, he is open about his intentions, his dreams, and his hopes to becoming a man that could be a friend and equal to Griffith. Neutral.
I told you long ago that you belong to me, Guts.
This whole scene and honestly episode is just one of the best Nat 20 moments. You can write entire essays about this whole goddamn scene. Confronted by Griffith, Guts asks if he can simply leave, but is ready to fight once more. In an absolutely stunning moment, Guts wins back his freedom and proves just how much stronger he is before leaving. Believing Griffith will rise again, Guts goes to achieve his own dream, unknowingly damning so many lives in the process. Neutral.
Your goal lies far beyond this, doesn't it? I'm sure you'll overcome this. You'll walk again. Soon.
For 1 year, Guts trains with Godo. He hones his skills with the blade and finds his purpose in life while also being polite to locals nearby. Chaotic good twice. Why not?
Tell me, what did you just say?
Band of the Hawk, led by the woman Commander Casca.
Discovering his former comrades have become wanted fugitives, Guts hauls ass. He rescues his comrades in an enemy raid and learns of the group's intent to rescue Griffith. Even if the group is haggard, they want to save the man that brought them together. Guts rejoins the Hawks, albeit temporarily. Neutral good.
It's your fault! You destroyed everything! God damn you!
Another stellar Nat 20 scene from the series. An enraged and embittered Casca finally lets loose on Guts. He sees the toll his departure took on everyone, but including Casca herself. When Casca is about to fall off a cliff, Guts rescues her, and the two finally have A beautiful consenting scene with their relationship blossoming. Even after their tender moment, Guts insists that they can't go back to the way things were, and he won't be a hawk, but he can't be her either. Also, I would just like to point out that this is one of the darkest shows ever, but there is just a very nice scene of two people just making love, and I don't know why I find that like so fascinating, but I'm glad it's here. It's one of the few times I actually appreciate a one-on-one sex scene in a show.
It lies in the tendons, the muscles, the veins. Save your strength. This door is 4 times as thick as you might expect.
With a small band, Guts goes through the Midland defenses like it was wet tissue paper. When he discovers Griffith's condition, he kills the torturer responsible and gets the Hawks and Griffith out. Even when they rejoin the group, Guts tries in vain to hide Griffith's condition until it's too late. Chaotic good.
This was supposed to be our new beginning. Weren't we going to make a fresh start after we rescued Griffith? Once Griffith is back, he will lead us to glory. Bullshit!
With the Hawks' fate doomed forever, the group begins to fracture. Guts is approached by his comrades who decide to go with him as their commander. Though Casca will choose to stay with Griffith to heal him back, Guts has a great new future ahead of him. Yep, totally great. Guts runs to save a badly injured Griffith and spots several apostles nearby, and so originally I was going to joke that everything is fine and they all get out and live happily ever after, but this is where the series ends for now. The demons win, the heroes lose. This was written as a promotion for the manga, and in this scene, Guts fights harder than he ever has in order to save his friends and his newfound lover. It regrettably does not work out. They are eventually rescued by the Skull Knight and are branded as sacrifices for the remainder of their lives. This is where part 1 of our analysis of Guts will end. Guts is truly a tragic character in every sense of the word. On paper, he should be laughed out of the room as one of the biggest edgelord Gary stews to ever exist, yet despite this, Guts has a care and love for his teammates. Through the Hawks, he didn't just find a purpose, but he found friends and a family to rely and care for, and he found someone to love. Guts is also a man of extremes. You can see throughout most of this video that he either did lawful good, chaotic good, or lawful evil acts. Everything that he does is extreme, and that is because his environment has shaped him in such a way that he has to do something like that in order to survive. Guts evolved as a edgy mercenary character who found a direction and wanted his best friend to be one of the most important people alive. And once he did that, he wanted to be equal to Griffith by his own words, and yet everyone thought it was absurd. Guts didn't have the charisma, the tact, the poise, or anything that makes Griffith so awe-inspiring. Griffith was a larger-than-life entity that brought people together towards his goal because of his charisma. Guts eventually brought everyone together, rescuing Griffith, and everyone wanted to follow him because of his nobility and loyalty. Griffith brought people together for his dream, but Guts supports the smaller dreams that they all work together. The bonfire monologue is a great insight into him, and you can see what Guts really does care about, and that's his new family. He's not a silent, angry guy who doesn't care about anyone. He respects their wishes and doesn't even argue. For a man with no dreams, anyone with a dream just seemed that much brighter to him. It's just a shame that, this didn't really work out for him. But this is fiction, and this is kind of the safe place to express these kind of dark ideas. But I think that'll be enough of Guts for now, and I don't think he would be anywhere near as memorable if not for the character that is his greatest foil and his best friend. And at long last, after talking about him in countless other videos and memeing about him, it's high time I put my money where my mouth is and come back next time for part 2 of our look into Berserk when we look at the leader of the Band of the Hawks, Griffith. Thank you to the patrons, and I'll see you all next time.
In this world, for...
That's all. We don't need that stuff anymore. The show's over.
Who are you? I am the hand of God hovering...
John,
what?
Thanks. That'll be all.
No, you have no control. Not even your own will.
Whoa. No, it's the end of the series. That's the last...
But this is My will.
John, would you please get out of the booth?
Who is John? I am the hand of God hovering above. Hey, get your hands off.
John,
Hey,
please.
No. Boogity, boogity, boo. I am void. Boogity, boogity, boo. Boogity, boogity, boo. Your efforts are worthless.